Macmillan Audio presents The Philosophy Cure by Laurence Devillairs. Read for you by Josh Bloomberg. There are no diseases. There are only the sick. Georges Canguilhem, The Normal and the Pathological. We can only think of Plato and Aristotle in grand academic robes. They were honest men, like others, laughing with their friends, and when they diverted themselves with writing their laws and the politics, they did it as an amusement. That part of their life was the least philosophic and the least serious. The most philosophic was to live simply and quietly. If they wrote on politics, it was as if laying down rules for a lunatic asylum. Blaise Pascal, Pensée, 331. Introduction. It's not all fun and games. To hear some people tell it, the secret of happiness is to live your life, feel alive, and exist in the here and now, as if life were a gift, as if the present moment were nothing but magic and poetry. That may be true for those who live on love and fresh water, vacations and leisure, luxury, serenity, and self-indulgence. For most of us, however, life is not a gift, but a series of imposed constraints, calculations, and schedules. Not because of the daily grind of commuting, working, and sleeping, but, above all, because life is made up of a whole series of things that we have not, or have only partially, chosen for ourselves. Our body, our personality, the era we live in, our address, our neighbors, our routine, the conditions in which we perform our work. Living almost never involves beginning. More often than not, it is merely a matter of accepting and persisting. In most matters, we make do rather than choose. Our freedom is not absolute, without compulsion or limits. It adapts, finding its own place in an environment that existed long before we came along, and that we did not design. Living means suffering. In A Litany, the 16th century English poet John Donne asked God to ensure that our affections kill us not, nor die. This poetic prayer encapsulates the plight in which we, the living, find ourselves. We are incapable of not seeking our own happiness, love, and success. But anything we desire can also undo us, because everything is at once both essential and ephemeral. Because nothing is predictable. Because everything is irreversible, and suffering is not a weed that we can simply uproot. Life isn't all fun and games. So how can philosophy be of use to us in the hard work of existing? Can it help us to survive the very thing that kills us, even as it expires? Philosophy is useful. It is neither a luxury nor an occupation for dilettantes. It does not exalt the utility of anything that is useless, or the felicity of anything that serves no purpose. On the contrary, philosophy thinks no thought that is not useful. And that utility is of a dual nature. It can either provide those of us who suffer various ills with diagnoses and expertise, or it can teach those of us who believe ourselves to be in good health that we are, in fact, ill. In the latter case, without philosophy, the illness may go undetected, and the infection may spread. As a particular form of biopsy, the philosophical examination reveals what neither the doctor, nor the psychologist, nor we ourselves are capable of detecting. As a balm for our wounds, romantic breakups, trouble with the neighbors, professional failures, weariness of life, philosophy can be seen as a branch of medicine, like any other, with its own repository of unguents and sedatives. But it is unparalleled as a means of unmasking a problem that we do not understand, even as we endure its secondary effects. Who but the philosopher
Sample complete. Ready to continue?